Hi, welcome everyone to our 4K presentation tonight. We are very excited to be meeting all of you and really appreciate you being here. As you can see, please keep your microphone muted. If you do have questions, you can put those into the comments and we'll gather them. We may answer them at the end of the presentation if we see some of them that we can just give a quick answer to. But otherwise, we will collect them and we will answer them at a later time if we aren't able to answer the questions this evening. I'm going to right now give you a quick introduction to our wonderful 4K teachers here at Robinwood. So if you could turn your camera on, Mandy. So that's Mandy Fox, and both our 4K teachers are going to give you a little bit more of an introduction of who they are a little bit later. And then Becky, if you could turn your camera on. So we are going to be shutting off our cameras to allow you to really focus on the presentation. Also, I want to give a little tip. If you hover over the presentation where you see it, where it has the meeting facilitation, if you hover over that, you should see a little pin. And if you click the little pin, it will make it bigger. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's begin. Hello, 4K. Hello, 4K families. Welcome to the Franklin Public Schools 4K Parent Preview. We know you're going to have a lot of questions as we go through all this material, so please have a paper and pencil or pen ready. Jot down the questions as we go. Some of your questions may get answered in the presentation. Some may be answered in future communications from either Franklin Public Schools or your child's teacher. At the end, there's also a survey to complete for any additional questions you may have at this time. My name is Chad Nelson. I'm the principal here at Robinwood Elementary School. I've been the principal now for over 10 years, and I'm just really excited each and every day to come to work and see our children and their smiling faces. So let me be the first to say welcome to our Robinwood family. Our 4K program is really a gentle start into Franklin Public Schools. The following mission, vision, and values are what we believe here at Franklin. Franklin Public Schools inspires personal success through learning experiences that focus on student needs and active partnerships with family and community is our mission. Our vision is embracing the belief that all children will learn. Franklin Public Schools is committed to excellence in student achievement and continuous improvement. And our values are equity, personal growth, innovation, stewardship, and well-being. And you'll see these values live out in our day-to-day practice and how we interact with our families and how we work with our families. And you'll see the values also develop in your children as they go to Franklin Public Schools as well. We are in our second year of our 4K programming in Franklin Public Schools, and we couldn't be prouder of our program. Our 4K program statement really provides the purpose of 4K at Franklin Public Schools. A quality 4-year-old kindergarten program in Franklin Public Schools will add benefit to the educational experience of children and provide the foundation of college, career, and life-ready skills. The 4K program in Franklin Public Schools will provide an age-appropriate academic and social emotional experience to prepare students for 5-year-old kindergarten and beyond. We are very The 4K Gentle Start that I spoke about includes literacy and math, but most importantly, it includes play workshop with our kids. The focus of 4K is really learning how to play with each other and the different stages of play. So please watch the short video from the Department of Public Instruction to learn about the importance of play.
My name is Sheila Briggs, and I work for the Department of Public Instruction, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about play today. The department's responsibility is making sure that we select standards that all of our schools use to articulate what we want students to know and be able to do. So in general, we don't really get involved with how students are taught in the field. That's really up to the local teachers and school districts. But when you look at the standards for the Wisconsin Model Early Learning Standards, we say it right in the forefront. We've got our guiding principles listed, and one of them is that children learn best through play. But I find that it often gets lost in translation. So the department says children learn best through play, and we have these standards that we'd like you to meet, and we want students to be prepared to do well on the third grade assessment. But what people hear is we want students to do well in the third grade assessment, and so we don't have time to let students play. When that's really the exact opposite of what we're going for. What we really want is for you to be teaching kids the way that we know that they learn best. And with young kids, we know that that is through play.
In play, children use incredibly complex cognitive maneuvers like focusing and shifting attention, like negotiating power and control, like setting rules and changing rules and revising rules in real time, articulating and communicating. All of these functions activate the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is the seat of critical thinking and the place in which the executive functions of the brain are developing. Play is the most powerful setup for learning in young children, bar none. Research has shown very clearly that while playing, children can solve more complex problems than they can when given instructions top down. And recent research has also shown that children are able to articulate incredibly complex grammatical constructions while during imaginary free play. Things like the future tense, how about we try, such and such, are incredibly complicated and help children to gain in articulation skills. In a recent study, English language learners that were involved in imaginative free play on a daily basis showed an increase in vocabulary significantly above children that were not involved in this kind of imaginative free play. Children who play often are happier, they're more engaged and focused in school, they are more articulate and more collaborative, they show better self-regulation scores and better academic achievement.
For those of you that aren't familiar with early childhood education and what it means to have kids play, I'm going to tell you right now that it doesn't mean that the teacher doesn't do anything and that they just sit there while kids show up and do whatever they want each day. In fact, setting up an early childhood environment so that students learn through play is probably more complex than having them sit in desks and doing very teacher-directed activities. You have to set up the materials in the environment, and you have to make sure that there are opportunities for students to be able to dig in and learn the things that are in the standards. So for example, you might have a grocery store set up in the play area, and students are learning math because they're calculating the prices, they're learning how to cooperate by working with one another, they're developing their language skills as they talk to the cashier. And the teacher's role is really important because they need to be watching and observing and writing down the things that students are doing well and the things that they're still struggling. And that's what assessment looks like in early childhood. So if you're hearing that young children shouldn't be playing or that we don't have time to have young children playing, I can tell you that you're not hearing it from the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction.
We are very proud of what we provide here at Robinwood Elementary School. Um, our staff, students, and families create a very supportive community for our 4K through 5th grade students that attend our school. We are very excited for you to be part of our community.
Hello, my name is Mandy Fox, and I am one of the 4K teachers here at Robinwood. I have lived in Franklin for 15 years with my husband and our 2 children, Tegan, who is 15, and Taylor, who's 11. They both have had the privilege to go through elementary school at Robinwood. We also have a Great Dane named Lambo. When I am not teaching, I love spending time with my family, snowboarding, decorating, and remodeling, walking my dog, listening to music, and watching my kiddos play sports. My passion is with teaching the younger students and helping them build a love for learning early in their educational career. I attended Concordia University and graduated in 2002 with a degree in early childhood. I have had the privilege of teaching 4K here in Franklin since the program started in 2019. I've been lucky enough to experience teaching almost every grade level in elementary school, but I've found a perfect fit right here in 4K. I can't wait to begin a new and exciting year with your kiddos.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Uchahowski, and I teach 4K here at Robinwood. My last name may look hard to pronounce, but if you think of the phrase, use your house key, it becomes a lot easier to say. But many prefer to just call me Miss U. I grew up in Oak Creek and went to Alverno College in Milwaukee. I graduated in 2008 with my degree in early childhood, and I've been teaching 4K ever since. I have also been teaching 4K here in Franklin Public Schools since it began in 2019. I absolutely love 4K. It's such a great age, and I enjoy spending each day with our youngest learners on our 4K adventures. During my free time, I love to read, hike, eat sushi, and play volleyball. In the summer, you can find me traveling around the country with an NHRA top alcohol funny car drag racing team that blasts down the quarter mile in 5.43 seconds at over 270 miles per hour. I can't wait to meet you all in person soon and show our 4K students how exciting school can be. Please feel free to check out my Franklin Public Schools website for more information.
Hi. Hi, my name is Janet Bell, and I am the 4K Educational Assistant with Miss U. This fall will be my 9th year working for Franklin Public Schools. I love to garden, craft, travel, try new cooking recipes, and spend time with my husband, Steve, our 3 daughters, Michaela, Angelia, and Juliana, and our 2 dogs, Mandy and Honey. We live in Franklin, and all of my daughters have grown up in the Franklin Public Schools. I'm delighted to be a part of the 4K program because I enjoy seeing how much each student grows and the excitement of each new adventure. I look forward to meeting you. See you soon.
For 4K start and end times. Our AM program begins at 9:10 a.m. and ends at 11:55 a.m. Our PM program begins at 1:10 p.m. and ends at 3:55 p.m. The 4K program lasts 2 hours and 45 minutes. Arrival and dismissal. Arrival. Students are met by our EAs at their bus to assure that all students get off safely and before the older kids. Parent drop-off and Kids Club students are greeted by us at the entrance or main hallway near the library. Dismissal. Students are walked to their bus by the teachers, EAs, or bus monitors to assure all students get on the bus safely at the end of the day.
A day in 4K. Here's what our schedule may look like each day. These things could change daily depending on what is happening in our day or just differently in each classroom. Please take some time to read the description for each activity, but these are the things you will find your child participating in every day. Arrival, morning routine, tabletop activities, calendar, story time, play workshop, snack, recess, lesson time, community circle, closing routine, and dismissal.
What are learning intentions? Using a play-based workshop model and the Wisconsin Model Early Learning Standards, our Franklin Public Schools 4K curriculum is designed to meet children where they are and move them on a developmentally appropriate path of progress. Learning intentions are our goals for the students in this process. Students will learn through themes that incorporate the following domains: social and emotional learning, early literacy, math, physical development, and approaches to learning. 4K is a gentle start to school in Franklin Public Schools.
SEL stands for social emotional learning. SEL is social skills, emotional learning, being a friend, independence, self-help skills, and working together.
Math is counting, matching, patterning, shapes, number identification, one-to-one correspondence, quantity matching, simple addition and subtraction. We utilize Eureka Math Curriculum.
Literacy is read alouds, shared reading, shared writing, phonemic awareness, handwriting, and drawing. In 4K, there are a couple different units or themes that we do. Each unit lasts 2 months. Making friends. Students will explore the classroom and build new friendships. The world all around me. Students will explore the school, playground, and our community. Digging down and building up. Students will explore taking things apart and putting them together. Kindness counts. Students will celebrate friendships in our school, the district, and the community. Watch me grow. Students will explore the growth of plants, animals, and themselves. What can you do? The following are suggestions to help your 4K student practice our school skills, continue their learning at home, bond with family members, build school readiness, and make connections between the classroom and their world.
Build an I can do attitude. Encourage independent dressing. Carrying own personal items. Helping with household chores. Cleaning up their belongings. Let them make choices that you can live with.
Develop language skills. Reading stories aloud to your child, asking opinions about the stories, reading nonfiction books too, ask what they find most interesting, and having a turn-taking conversation.
Explore and build math concepts. Setting the table to develop one-to-one correspondence. Counting out snack items. Sort by color, shape, and size. Looking for patterns in their world. Making observations using words to describe size, height, and weight.
Deve- Developing fine motor skills. Cutting with scissors, gluing with glue sticks and glue bottles, using Play-Doh to make creations, drawing with broken crayons or pencils, and building with blocks and Legos.
All right, 4K families, we just wanted to make you aware of some really exciting information. We were given our Getting to Know You days, so September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So during the school day, our 4K students and one parent will have the opportunity to sign up for a time to come visit the classroom, bring in your classroom supplies, and meet with the teacher in person. Woohoo! So we will have more specific information about these days that we will send in August to you guys. Here's a very important piece. There will be no school for 4K on these 3 days. So if you did not sign up for a time slot on the 1st, you will not be coming to school on those days, okay? And the next thing we wanted to share with you, your 4K students' first official day of school for the 2021-2022 school year will be Tuesday, September 7th, 2021.
Here's some more information for 4K. If you are looking for the supply list, if you click into the link here, you'll be able to get to the Robinwood 4K supply list. Also, information on transportation will be coming. If you have questions, there is our contact information for Mary Jo Herman, who is our coordinator of auxiliary services. And also, if you are in the AM session, there is Kids Club provided in the morning prior to the AM session. And if you're in the PM session, there's Kids Club provided after school care. And our Kids Club coordinator is listed there as well, Shauna. And there is information for Kids Club if you go to the Franklin Public Schools website as well. If you have not finished registering or you still need to register a child, please make sure and contact Deb Nystrom. She's our school secretary. Her contact information is there. She can help you finish that registration process. Also, there's a link to the enrollment, FPS enrollment on the website there as well. Here is a quick link to our district website that provides even more information around our 4K programming. Please take some time and go into the link and look over the information. So here's the link to the survey that I referenced at the start of the preview. So if you could click into this survey, if you have additional questions that you'd like to submit for us. Thank you. Thank you.